Hello and welcome everybody. Sorry I'm a bit behind from what I said I was going to start at, but we're here now. As always, I'm Red, and let's get into it. One moment to transition this stuff over. And pull up the chat so I can actually see. Alrighty. Yep, that's all good. Wonderful. Let's get into it. Hope everyone's having a lovely day. It's been hella hectic. The U-Bahn trip back from the Adenauer Platz is a shaky one. Surprisingly, the train is packed. The only empty seats are the very back of the car. A haggard-looking young mother marches down the aisle, dragging her 3 screaming children behind her. 2 boys and a girl, each around 6 years old. As the woman nears you, her eyes fix on the frozen pouches of bioengineered meat that you liberated from Sutherland's executive freezer. She opens her mouth to say something, but at that moment, the little girl jams a finger into her brother's nose. The boy howls, and the young mother's shoulders slump. Slowly, robotically, she turns back toward her destination and begins to trundle forward, dragging her squalling offspring forward with the solemnity of a funeral procession. Eventually, something else happens, but I missed the last 2 lines. Oh well. Eventually, the train hums to a stop. You debark gratefully, lugging a freezer's worth of bioweb samples behind you. Alrighty, so I need to finish leveling up the team, and it's going to be decking for Blitz because I did get confused and I wanted to clarify a couple things. So we'll do that. Confirm. Lovely. Click that. I believe I picked up a auto injector of some sort, so I'm just going to double check that I handed that to the doctor. And then I'm going to see about going on another job. As Rowan screams in the background. We love this. He doesn't like it when I do things out of, like, schedule, so... Hello, Mr. Escabel. Sorry, Dr. Escabel. Schematic, auto-injector, Bliss. Interesting, these types of implanted injectors have become popular with some of the local gangs. Yes, I can install it, though I will need payment for the materials. Cool. I need medical supplies. What you got, buddy? Okay, I got 2.5 grand-ish. Let's grab some more of those. And some of those. Go. I don't think I need a second one, that's fine. Alright, onwards. Come on, Dante, let's go on an exploration, shall we? Hi, Flash. Show me what you got. I think I'm gonna have to get the Flash. And I can only get one, which is really sad. I got an achievement for that. Love it. Alright. Go double check if I can buy any spells from Algernon. And then we will be off on the job. Hey Absinthe, you got anything new? As you approach the counter, you find Absinthe counting a bundle of antique paper money in the till. She doesn't bother looking up. Dark things lie ahead for you, little red. You'll wade through a sea of corpses before this night is through, but with something at your back that I cannot see. She fidgets in agitation. I can't look any longer, I'm sorry. Another prophecy, the last prediction that you made came true. How did you do that? You are confused. I didn't do anything. I merely related what I saw. She blinks, then looks away. What I shared with you, it was an observation, nothing more. Okay. That's all I needed. Be well, elf. You too. Algernon. If you're selling, I'm buying. Yeah, I'm not getting any, like, new armor anytime soon, unfortunately. Ooh, I can get aim too. Yeah, that blacked out because I don't have enough money, that's fine. I think I'm gonna have to go on the job and not buy anything else, cause, I got no money now. I had to buy med supplies so that people wouldn't die. Onwards. U-Bahn platform, let's go. Okay. Let's go to the lab complex. I want Glory, I want Blitz. I think I want Dietrich as well. Yeah. For people that can cast heals and haste, the better. What are you doing, kitty cat? What's wrong? You're in all kinds of sorts, aren't you? Alright. Yeah, your spirit control is so much better than mine. Oof. Let's see where all my points are going. Let's travel to the Pharma Laboratory Complex. Continue. Yes. Loose ends. Your client has hired you to tie up loose ends. At a site of a botched cloak and dagger operation, one of the operatives from the failed mission has been captured by knight-errant security forces, and it's only a matter of time before he talks. Your job is simple: kick in the door, find the operative, and put a bullet in his guts before he can spill them. Yeah, seems straightforward to me. Okay, so I'm happy with what I've got. Gloria, I can't change anything, and that's fine. If I can give you one of those, great. You've got one, but have a med kit. Yep, cool. I think we're good. I would like to get Acid Bolt 3 at some point, but like, for the moment 2 is fine. Game auto-saved. The reception area of the Sharing Pharma AG lab looks normal enough. The synth leather couches are obviously designed more for appearance than for comfort, and the blue steel walls are gently illuminated with energy-efficient recessed lighting. All in all, it's a perfect example of typical corporate design sensibilities: bland, generic, and safe. An overturned houseplant is the only sign that something might be amiss in the lab ahead. You ready for this, boss? According to what Herr Fuchs told us, this entire complex is going to be crawling with hired security. It's going to be a hell of a fight. I've been itching for a stand-up fight. Let's do it. I could care less about the fight. I just want the paycheck. We can handle it. Get ready, people. Excuse me for a second. Sorry, had to cough. Alrighty. Been itching for a stand-up fight. Let's go. Alrighty. So, this is already a combat situation. How about we move peeps up, then buff, then go into the door? I feel like that's going to be the safer option. Alright, so I'll chuck me here. How long does this round? 2 rounds. That's fine. Big glory. Chuck that on yourself. Dietrich, you can just haste Glory now, and we'll get her to kick in the door. Alright, Glory. Claws out, please. Ooh, new ability. 2-hit combo with the hand raises. Each hit strips 2 armor from the target. Nice. Alright. Kick in that door, please. Okay. Well, this is awkward. Security cam. Love that. How about you move here for now? This is gonna be bad if I put you here, but there's only 2 of them for the moment, so let's go. Flanked in the open. Lovely. They're back, intruders. Okay. Let's... I need Blitz to get to the terminal. Glory. Would you mind going and getting this guy, please? Lovely. Okay, me. Can't hit the combat drone with that. Blitz, could you make a move, please? 1, 2 gets you in there. This area in the middle here isn't accessible? Interesting. That door's open. Shit. Over there. No, we won't be doing that right this second. Alright, it's gonna be 2. So we'll move up into the doorway with Dietrich. That costs extra, damn it. And... lovely. Just all of the debuffs. Love it. Alright, drone. It's not cover, but, you know. Cool. Rude. Okay. Only Dietrich that's taken damage. Fix up Dietrich. Move up. Glory. Die. Blitz. Jack in, please. Oh, you got new stuff. Execute attacker. Exploder. Okay. I have no idea how to use an exploder, so that's gonna be interesting. 75. Nice. Well, that's very nice. And then heal 2 is just 60 HP. Love that. Alright. Let's go. Dietrich. Would you mind going and hanging out? Ominous. Over here for a moment? Yep, thought so. Alright, Blitz. Chuck that guy down. AoE. Cool. Where are we trying to get to? Oh, this is going to be a long one. Okay, cool. Alright, Blitz, get into some cover for me, please. Thank you. Attacker. I mean, as bad as it's gonna be for this guy standing out in the open, killing one of them sounds like the better option right this second. Cool. Alrighty. Summon, you take out this guy. Thank you. And then move up into some cover. Yep, lower that. Okay, so that's what we're ultimately aiming for. Yeah, I had a feeling that was gonna happen. Cool. Right. $58, $46. Excellent. I need him to move up if I want him to be able to hit anything effectively. We're just gonna go for this guy. Cool. One of them dead, we love that. Get lost. Here comes this thing. Alright. Knight Errant. And another one. Well, they're enforcers instead of guards. Wonderful. Alright. Let us chuck an aim over there. Wonderful. Cool. $77, it's better than nothing. Fuck yeah. Alrighty. Glory. Whoops. Cool. Yeah, I figured there was gonna be a grenade coming this way. 3 AP, fuck. Okay, that's not cool. Alright, you go over there, buddy. Oh, that's bad. Don't love that. Anyway. Have to do basic attacks. Yeah, that's gonna be a problem. Alrighty, cool, goodbye to you. Summon. Lovely. White sparky I see. I don't remember which one has the charge up attack, so I'm just gonna like focus down this guy a bit. Yeah, fair. Move up here. Only gonna be able to hit one guy anyway, so we'll just aim it at him. Yep, it's him. Cool. 1, 2, lovely. Move up here. Alrighty, I need you to get around here and hit this guy. This guy needs to die. Alrighty. I'm in a bad place. Okay, glory. Errant Enforcer, Conjurer, get him. Hemorrhage away. Dietrich. Just killed this guy. How did you miss? Thank you. Good job. Glory is not having a good day. Get him. Thank you. Something has broken. Okay, it fixed itself. We're good. Okay, I can get you to poke that once this guy is dealt with. Game. I may have to restart this. Something has broken, and I don't know why it is broken. Okay, now it's working. Just so long as it doesn't hit him. There we go. We got some damage out. Cool. Go poke this, please. Now let's start moseying our way out. Go! Just get out. bad place for you to be, Blitz, but, here we are. Alright, let us heal on Glory. Dietrich. Haste on Glory. Why can't you hit Glory? What is going on? Oh, there's a mage in there. Good to know. And these guys are just waiting. That's where we need to go. Got it. There's a dead man in there. Lovely. Alright. Glory, you can't use that for one round. Is it because she's in the doorway that it's like blocking line of sight for Dietrich? If so, that's annoying. Get him. Alright, Blitz, would you mind getting out of melee for me, please? Thank you. Alrighty. Tase that guy. Dietrich! Good news, Glory is now a valid target. Glory! Get him. Good. Next. Okay, things have calmed down a bit. Love that. They were coming in through this door, so let's go have a look. Yep, cool. Glory, use your thing. Should I go deal with all the dudes that we can see, or... We'll go looking for other shit first. They have a mage in here, which has me concerned. There's a way for a drone to slip through, though. That's locked. Which I'm guessing leads into this way. Ultimately, this is where we need to go, but I'm gonna see if we can't... poke some things. Yeah, because they're all aiming this way. That's a terrible way to go. Alright, Glory, you head over there. Blitz. You have a look over this way for me? Dietrich will probably need you over this way. Max, go over there. See what we can find in there. Alrighty. Haste for you. Open door, please. Okay. Stuff we can grab. Door that doesn't appear to open. Many pickups. Go for the furthest one. Go to the stash. Alright, Max. Wait, this is not Max. Good job, me. Dietrich, move up there. Ooh. Wonder how you get these doors open. This way. Leave that alone for now. Alright, Glory. Let's go. I only got 2 movement, that's not enough to get to anyone, so putting you behind full cover is probably the best bet. Go! Alright, Blitz. Am I gonna make you go the long way around? Yes. Dietrich. Ooh. That's a dangerous spot, isn't it? You jump in there for me, bud. Haste. Just for the accuracy, it's fine. Max. Would you mind chilling out right there for me, please? Rude. What if you use a fucking med kit on him? Oh, that's a very dangerous looking gun. Okay. Come on. There we go. Glory! Did I give you a med kit? Yes. Guess what? You're using it. Wonderful. This fucking mage needs to die. Stupid white backgrounds can't read what the percentage chance to hit this guy is. Okay. 44, I think. Is it worth trying to move around to the other side of this table? Summon the spirit. No. Dietrich will just have to be okay for the moment, because fix Glory. Glory! There's a mage over here. Do you mind killing it? At the very least, making it so that it can't act next round, that would be lovely. Eviscerate. Good. He shouldn't be able to do anything this turn. Get him. I should have hit Blitz with a haste. Oh my god. You're gonna get absolutely screwed if I open this door while this guy is still here. Wait, you just move here for now. Go. Captain, guard, enforcer, captain. Damn. Rude. Very rude. Fix us. Goodbye. Alright, Glory. This guy keeps lobbing grenades. Probably got armor. Get him. Oh, nice. This is just still a bad idea. Oh, it's 0 to open. Sweet. Okay. Get behind that full cover, please. Dietrich. Yeah, let's chuck it there. Damn it, I got it. I got glory. It wasn't showing the circle around glory. That's not good. Get behind that table. Rude. Oh, come on. Get him. Glory could easily kill him if she gets a crit. Good. Finish off that guy. That guy. Ah, shit. Rude. Fuck. Yeah, that's where those people came from. Cool. Alrighty. So. Heal Dietrich. Stop standing in the perfect place for a fucking grenade. Kill this guy. Glory, please. Thank you. Blitz. You have, like, no line of sight. Crap. Alright, Dietrich. Would you mind... Yeah, that's not a good spot, honestly. I mostly just need him in a spot where he can actually heal Glory. Because we can fix him after. That's not an issue. Could go stand in the clump and then like Dragon Slayer idol, but I don't think that's going to help. So how about we go here and still Dragon Slayer idol? Actually. Okay, we can hit her. Wonderful. There you go, Glory. Be a little less unhealthy, please. Forcer. Rude. Ow. Weird. Okay. Only one that's missing health right this second. You have some haste. Murder this man. Damn it. There. Beatrick. Crap. Yeah, you kind of need that. It's fine. Chuck this on me. Why not? Goodbye. Bird. Oh, the door's shut again. Lame. Alright, we got medkits, I might as well use them. Okay. Glory. Get him. Glorious. Okay, Blitz. Could you mark that guy for me, please? Thank you. Dietrich. Oh, heal is also on cooldown, never mind. Get this guy. Rude. Oh, crap. Alrighty. Enforcer. We can deal with that. Let us get this guy before he goes for my Decker. Not a fan of going for the Decker. One. I need you to mark neither of those guys because they are not in line of sight. I love that. Kill him. Thank you. Alrighty. Right over there, please. Thank you. Alright, you should be tased for quite some time. Stop shooting him, you bastards. Haste for glory. Oh right, haste stacks. I always forget this. Get him. Yeah, figured. Alright, Blitz, you duck over here, please. Heal yourself. Lovely. Might as well finish that guy off. You're not supposed to have a turn, sir. Get him, Glory. Cool. Why are we no longer in combat situation? Concern. Body on the table looks like a janitor. His chest and stomach appear to have been brutally torn open. Oh. Lovely. Cool. Take it I can't go this way. Lame. Well, that looks horrific. Grisly scene. Body on this operating table has been torn to pieces. The dual arms of an auto surgeon are the obvious culprits. Fuck. Alright, send the drone through there. Does that mean that we can get stuff out of here with the drone? Drake, what happened in there? Oh no, but it's bad. Ooh, that's a big circle. Alrighty, let's see. I need to get everybody, like, into cover. Oh, there's a conjurer up the back. And the turrets that are going to be a problem. So basically I need to get Max in through here, and like pop out, shoot something, pop back in. Look, if it wasn't an option, we wouldn't be able to do it. Alright, mark the Conjurer. Yeah, fair enough. Alright, oh, that put him right in the open. That's bad. Crap. That is very not good. I'm gonna go back here. Chuck and aim. Why does that have health? I am confused. Chuck and aim on Glory. Dietrich. Everyone's just gonna be out in the open, because why the fuck not? What? There's some fucking horrific gas in that room. Got it. Keep them away from the elevator. Oh good, you missed. Love that. Kill the Conjurer. Kill the Conjurer as fast as fucking possible. Thank you for not being able to hit Glory. We appreciate this. Why? I turned on her immediately! Yes! Cool. Conjurer is not our problem. Got it. Well, it is our problem. In that the spirit is going to hang around, but still. Let's go there. Don't think I can kill the turret. Let's go for this guy. One, cool. And then we'll go for this guy. Blitz. Cool. Get in the hole. Cute. Dietrich. Heal. Then... duck behind some cover, please. turret control panel. This is gonna be really dumb. Alrighty. Cool. Dietrich! Am I moving up over here, please? You... No. So, I don't know how much of a swivel the turrets have. Like, if they're, like, fixed in a certain direction. I'm gonna leave the drone in there so I can do the pop out, shoot, pop back in. Because he's not gonna have enough AP to do that this turn. Unfortunately. Rude. Is that another fucking mage? Yes. Yes, it is. And he's standing on the fucking rail. Great. Alrighty, dumb as it is to do this, whatever. Alright. You die. Yeah, the summon stayed. Love that. Not really. Kill the mage. Back into cover, please. Blitz. Is it worth doing drugs to hit this man multiple times? Probably, honestly. Good there. Cool. 6 bullets. 6 bullets. It's worth it. Finish him off. Cool. Alright, we got Enforcer. Alright, Jaren. Yeah, I thought that might happen. Lovely. One. I gotta hop back in here. Oh good, he's gone. Now we just gotta deal with this turret and these two. And whoever else shows up in the meantime, because there is a door over here. Alrighty. Let's see. Move up. I'd totally move Blitz up or someone to do the turret control, but there's dudes there and they would be fucked. Okay, I'll go for this guy. Dietrich. Could you haste Glory, please? Glory. You poke that. Yeah, I figured that might be the case. Never mind. Fuck this guy up, please. Alrighty. Not that attack. Pop. Nope. Bird. What are you doing? That's fine. Turret control, go. Overload power to turrets. Create a remote control link to turrets. Well, I mean, it means if this guy stops being stunned and doesn't dead, it will run out into the turrets, maybe. Cool. Don't have drone control to do that, never mind. Let's just overload that. Dietrich! Please heal. Also get him. Bip. Out of line of sight. Never mind. Get in the cover, please. Chuck a heal on you. Get him. Cool. Don't think there's anything else we can interact with. Elevator. Locked cell. Pile of corpses. The bodies are all dressed in high quality ballistic armor. Okay. That's the elevator. Marker's still pointing us away. Cool. Give me a second, I'm just gonna have a drink. Alrighty. Onwards to more carnage. Too late, they're here. Fast response team inbound and hold until they arrive. We need to kill this guy. Security reinforcement door. Alrighty. I should chuck Dietrich there. Like, it's not the best of the circles. That's a basilisk. Okay. Over here. Okay, you need to go that way. Cool. Dietrich, would you mind? Oh, it's half cover. Worth it. Alright, buddy. It's your time to shine. Get over there. What have we got? We got a guard, captain, conjurer, grenadier. Okay, cool. Conjurer. Glory! Okay, how far can you go? Not far enough that it doesn't become a grenade problem. Is it worth... How much HP are you missing? Just over 20. So if I did use the tier 2 medkit, you would be back on full? That's probably a good thing, honestly. Blitz needs to get in here as fast as possible. I probably should have, like, stayed in the doorway, copped a couple hits, and hasted him so he could get over there. Fuck. What is this weird fucking zoomy thing in this cell. There's actually 2 basilisks in there. Interesting. Security reinforcement door. If we can lock that door, it means no security reinforcements. And then we can just fucking leave. Yeah. Hey, Glory. Medicate yourself, please. You fucking would. You bastard. Fuck you. Go. Okay. Glory. I need you to get that conjurer. It's gonna take all of your movement to get there. Go, go, go. Damn it. I was kinda hoping. I leave her out in the open or do I put her behind cover? Yeah, I'll go behind cover. There's a lot of crap going on here. Go, go, go. Leave that alone, please. Fucking go. Go. Rude. Yes! I love it when they lose their own summons. And it's happened twice today. This is a good day. Alright. Pay data node. Alright, you're gonna be in here a bit longer than expected. Go. Hooey! That's bad. Get in some cover, please. There. Should go for like the most targets, right? Oh. But I need you to go for this guy. Fuck. That's gonna be protected. We need to get this and then that. Priorities are important. Right. One, to... Fucking go for it. Fair enough. Okay. Is that one? Why? We needed. Rude. Okay. This guy needs to die because he's gonna end up going for Blitz, and that is bad. I need to heal first, though. Better than we were. Love it. Alright. %47%. Go for the Grenadier. Damn. Alright, Glory. Get him. Out the open is still bad, but take some bleed. Alright, Dietrich. You also need to heal. How about concentrate mana from the surrounding area? Medium ley line. I take it this is the small. And that's the big one. Alright, if I put aim on him, maybe? This guy needs to die. And I'm a little afraid with like the NPCs losing control of their summons that might also happen to us. So, I'm a chicken. Let's... just 6. 80. Yeah, shoot the captain. And again. Yeah, you run away. Rude. Fucking piss off. Alright. $84 for them. How about you move here? It's not gonna work, is it? No. Let's not do that then. That one. Cool. Cool. Alrighty, move up here. Okay. That one. Look out the night errant reinforcements. Wonderful. Get over here. Summon. Go there. Okay, Blitz. Let's go get some more fucking pay data. One. There. White Sentry. Okay, cool. Lovely. Hope that they don't have an AoE. Cool. I do believe it'd be medkit time. And drugs. Cool. Better to take 2 shots or haste Dietrich. Because that gives Dietrich the option to double attack or heal and idle. Grenadier's still around, isn't it? Yep, there. So, like, even if I was to move up next to him so I could, bear totem. It's only gonna heal him 4. I could medkit him. Alright, Dietrich. Eat a medkit. Thank you. Glory! We'll get to you shortly. Would you mind getting rid of this captain for me, please? Or at the very least, making sure they can't have a turn. Thank you. Ooh. Oof. Alright. Dietrich. First of all, can we get a Dragon Slayer idol, please? Thank you. And then... yeah, I was hopeful. Oh good, he's gone. Alright, Blitz. Summon. let us repair some movement. Thank you. And wonderful. Blitz. I know this is a dumb idea, but would you mind moving up slightly, please? Thank you. Get that guy at the back. Wonderful. Why are we doing this again, game? Okay, it figured it out. It partially figured it out. Cool. Ow. Alright, summon. That was not the summon. I don't love that. Yeah, fair enough. Go get the pit out, please. Thank you. Alrighty, me. Go glory. Kindly fuck him up. How? I'm so confused. One. I'm so annoyed. Blitz, let's go! Alrighty, Blitz. Alright. Dietrich. Have some accuracy, Glory. Somehow you need it. What are you on? 10. Cool, you're dead. Love it. Get this guy. You missed. How? Hang out here. Can't target anyone, that's fine. Go, Max, go! We are making dumb decisions and it will be fine. You. This is where we double haste Glory and let her go for the carnage. Dead. Love that. 1 damage. Love it. Sorry, 1 armor damage. Nice try. Okay. Let us totem. Love that. Yeah, I figured. Alright, Glory. Shred this man. Yes. Okay, Blitz. You only have 1 movement. That's fine. Max. Jump in some cover for me, buddy. You got this. Yeah! Alright, Blitz. Let's go. Over here. Dietrich! I don't want this man having a turn. Yeah, figures. Cool. We didn't release the basilisks because I'm a chicken. Alright. Holding cell controls. From the description that your client gave you, this must be your target, the rigger, Thorvald Enstad. You can see him waving and pounding on the plastic of his cell door, but from where you're standing, the scene is eerily silent. He looks like he's had a rough go of things. One of his eyes has been blackened and his lower lip is split wide open. No, not particularly surprising given the temperament of his captors. The only incongruous element is his outfit. He's decked head to toe in patched black riding leathers. A pair of oversized studded combat boots shine in the halogen glare of the cell's lighting panels. Okay. From his style of dress, it's obvious that this dwarf is not a corporate employee, he's a Shadowrunner. This isn't some corporate goon boss. Look at him. He's one of us. Glory shudders, but holds her silence. Dietrich lays a hand on the bare metal of Glory's shoulder. She flinches, but only barely. Then, when he speaks, his voice is soft. There's but one... There but for the grace of God, eh, love? Glory's eyes remain fixed on the rigger who continues to hammer impotently on the door of his cell. Something like that. Holding cell controls. Thorvald! The door slides open and the stench of stale sweat assaults your nostrils. Enstad steps forward, his bloody lips curled into a smile, the soles of his boots squeak on the polished tile floor. Free at last, thank Christ. His smile widens into a sickly grin, tar-stained teeth shine wet in the light. Didn't think I'd warrant a rescue, whoever sent you, thank him for me. I'm afraid you're wrong about that. I was sent to tie up loose ends, namely you. His eyes go wide, he raises his trembling hands in surrender. Whoa there, Chief. I don't know what your client told you. He said that your team botched the run, went loud too early, and got a lot of people killed. Us? We botched the run? That's bullshit, man. We did everything like we were supposed to, like always. It was that bastard's bad intel that got us hung out to dry. Oh. Sounds familiar. Please hear me out. I promise I'll make it worth your while if you do. Okay. Couldn't hurt to hear what he has to say. His hands clasp in front of him in a sign of supplication. You can see terror in his eyes. Go ahead. Talk. You'll make it worth my while, huh? Tell me more. Our contract says that we have to kill you. That's all that I need to know. Go ahead. Talk. Alright, okay. So, we go in alright, me and my team, and we're doing just what the client told us to do. When the bastard forgot to mention that Farmer had a knight-errant security contract for the place. He told us that there would be little, if any, resistance, so imagine our surprise when the KE response team kicked in the door and unloaded on us. According to the client, the reason why Knight-Errant showed up was because your team started slaughtering the lab staff. Every run goes sideways at some point. You should have been prepared for that. Etiquette. Shadowrunner. Quit trying to shift the blame. Adapting to unanticipated situations is part of a Shadowrunner's job description. Oh, for Christ's sake, what were we supposed to do? Thanks to Fuchs' bad intel, we left all heavy ordnance at home. No collateral damage, he told us. Funny how little KE seemed to share seemed to share his concern. I'm trying to say share before I'm saying seemed. Took them all of 2 seconds before they started lobbing grenades at us. You know where I'm coming from, pal. I can see it in your eyes. You've been on jobs that went south before. The only difference between you and me is that you were lucky enough not to get caught. Look, I can see that you're skeptical. I get that. Can't blame me for it either. You don't know me from Adam, but I know one thing that you will understand. I'd like to offer you a trade. I've got a little toy hidden away, managed to stash it before those knight-errant pukes took me. My own design, totally one of a kind, call it a pain inducer, grand A fun for the runner who has everything, and I guarantee that you'll never find another. Okay. You let me live, and it's all yours. I'll put a fucking ribbon on it for you. Then I'll disappear, never bother any of you again. Scout's honor. Boss, I love new toys as much as the next guy, but we need money. We need the money more. 15,000 new jobs don't grow on trees. Yeah. You know, so slowly, 15, huh? I can match that. You let me live, and I'll pay your wage, plus the inducer. Hell, you could even tell your client I'm dead and bill him too. Double your earnings. What do you think about that? How'd you come by 15 grand? I hit a big payday a while back, put the extra cash in my rainy day fund. Trust me, pal, I can pay you the money. You help me out and I'll transfer it to you myself. We just need to get back to the room where I stashed my PDA. What does this pain inducer do exactly? Induces pain, he snickers. It's a narrow-band microwave projector, causes debilitating pain in the target, and screws with the electrical system of drones and the like. Think of it like a taser, only easier to use and meaner, a whole lot more fun. Fuck it, if we can get double payday out of this will be a win. Won't regret it, friend. Promise. Free the rigger. Let's go. I'm already getting double paid out of this anyway. Enstad slows to a stop at the window. His eyes are locked on the stack of corpses piled up on the cell floor. Yeah, shit's bad over there. My old team, sorry sons of bitches, bet they never thought I'd be the last man standing. Why not? I'm usually right in the thick of the action, easy to get shot under those circumstances. If I hadn't been downstairs when KE smashed in, I'd be in that pile with them. Funny, in my experience, riggers usually stay away from the thick of combat. They tend to use their drones for that. Yeah. Well, I ain't that kind of rigger. Drones ain't my thing so much. Okay. So you're a getaway driver? Blitz shoots the rigger a sidelong glance. Vehicle riggers are even less likely to be found on the front lines. Nah, I'm a spider. My specialty is taking over building systems. To do that, I need to find a data tap, and to do that, I need to charge on in with the rest of the team. Security rigger, huh? Don't see too many of those in the shadows. Lose your corporate job. Corporate life, well, let's just say it wasn't for me. I needed to work in an environment where my creativity would be rewarded. I think we might have seen some signs of your creativity on the way up. He shrugs. Might have. Can't say one way or another until you show me what you're talking about. Anyway, we should probably get moving, don't you think? I don't want to be here when more of those night-errant bastards show up. Yeah, I have a feeling they're going to show up downstairs. Okay. Exit the building. As you hurry past the scene of carnage in the operating theatre, a peculiar smile crosses the rigger's face. He slows to a stop, then points at the dismembered body on the other side of the glass. You said that you were a spider, right? Is this your handiwork? He looks you dead in the eye, and for a moment his expression remains unchanged. Then his smile broadens and a stream of giggles comes pouring out of him. Okay, yeah, you caught me. Red-faced, he wipes tears from the corner of his eyes. This was one of mine. Couldn't tell you how excited I was to see this stuff. Such incredible toys. It was way too good an opportunity to pass up. That doesn't look like a knight-errant employee. Looks like a lab tech to me. He nods enthusiastically. This was a fun one. Little prick couldn't believe it when I set the autosurgeon on him. Kept trying to get away, but wherever he went, one of my arms was there. Rip. And all the while, he was screaming like a little girl. Must have kept it up for, 10, 15 minutes? He barks out a snorting laugh. It was hilarious, man, I tell ya.
Glory gives you a significant glance. You can see the disgust in her eyes. I'll point out other stuff when we see it. There was one guy that I locked in a room with a manipulator arm. He wipes tears from the corner of his eye. It was fucking classic. To hell with the trinket. Letting this bastard go would be wrong, boss. You know that. Besides which, he lied to us. There was no bad intel. This bastard is the reason why things went south with that run. I can feel it in my bones. Abruptly, Enstad's laughter stopped. The fuck is he talking about? We have a deal. If you don't want to kill him, that's fine. Diedrich stares the wounded rigger down. You can feel the crackle of magic swelling around him. Let me do it. At that moment, the door behind you slides open. A trio of figures make their way into the room. Oh, hi, how you doing? Leader of the group is an elf with Asian features. He's obviously a vat job. The bands of corded muscle that bulge out under his sleeves have a distinctively store-bought look to them. When he speaks, his voice comes out in a gravelly rumble. My, the intrepid little red with her target in tow. What a surprise. Who the hell are you? Herr Fuchs sent us to check up on you. Given his recent troubles with Shadowrunners, this should not come as a surprise. The company man smiles at Enstad. The rigger shrinks back against the wall. No more than your betrayal surprises me. Shadowrunner etiquette. Kill Enstad. Betrayal? No, Enstad was never going to leave this building alive. Allow me to demonstrate. Yeah. The company man inspects the rigger's corpse, a dispassionate expression on his face. He shifts his gaze back up to you. It would appear that you might possess some small shred of integrity after all. It isn't your place to judge my integrity, lapdog. Leave that to Herr Fuchs. Company man pauses for a moment, then nods. Very well, I will inform Herr Fuchs of the mission's completion and of the circumstances surrounding it. He will decide for himself what to make of this. Okay. We can't move? Lovely. Let us be off. Yes. Wait. Wrong button. Confirm. In transit, your subway car is empty on the return trip to the cruiser bazaar. This stretch of the sprawling U-Bahn tunnel system doesn't see much use. It seems, at least not at this hour. As the train rattles on, you find yourself lost in thought. Old memories creep unbidden to the forefront of your mind. Memories of Monica in the old days and the crew you used to run with. Memories of success and failure, of wealth and poverty, and of good times and bad. Halfway back to the cruiser bazaar, you are jolted out of your reverie by a buzzing sound. Your comlink. You're receiving a call. Comlink buzzes. A quick glance at the screen tells you that Amsel is on the line. You pick up and his voice fills your ear. Little Red, I trust that I'm catching you at a good time. Yeah, I'm on the train back to the cruise bazaar. Good, I have news. In your absence, I made contact with another prospective client, a rather elusive woman of the Aslana descent. Calls herself Frau Muller. She would not discuss the specifics of the job with me, but she did tell me what she was offering for the work. 36,000 yuan, an impressive enough sum to justify a consultation. When does she want to meet? In a half hour. In half an hour. If you're on the train back to the cruise bazaar now, you should make it here with time to spare. I insisted that if a meeting were to take place, it would have to be at a location of your choosing. Frau Muller has agreed to this. Where should I tell her to meet you? By the statue at the park. It's public but secluded enough to discuss business in. No need for her to wander around. I'll meet her at the U-Bahn station. Cafe Kesve. Altug's going to find out anyway. Cool, we went with that one. I will set up the meet. Little Red, there's one other thing you should... Your comlink cuts to static. A moment later, the lights in the U-Bahn car flicker and wink out. You hear a screeching sound of steel on steel, and the train grinds to a halt. Oh, yay. Transition, eh? Looks like the whole station's lost power. We should try to find a fuse box. Bridge controls, we're not getting over there. Pick up. Inspect. Looks like some squatters are living in this station. Fuse. Tunnels collapsed, not getting out this way. Go up. Advanced medkit. Fuse box. It's a fuse box. Nothing looks out of order. Try swapping it? The lights in the bathroom go out, and then the lights next to the track remain red. Switch it back. Add it to track. Status light remains red. Track lights up. Cool. Leave it alone. Bridge controls. Looks like the console can extend the nearby bridge to cross the track. Extend. What's over here? So dark in this maintenance area, you can barely see the hand in front of your face. Oh, yay. This door is stuck shut. Get your muscle to force the door. Glory slams his cyber arm against the door, and the crack of splintering plastic fills your ear. The door pops open. Ares high explosive grenades. Interesting. Reset breaker box. That's them open fire. Okay, cool. Risk it. Cool. Mercenary, enforcer, captain. Get him. Duck behind there, please. That one. Let's cover. Bird. Okay. Yeah, that should be fine. Look over here. Wonderful. Lori, fuck this guy up, please. Okay. I thought I clicked something else, but apparently not. Don't love that. Oh, right. Damn right you're hit. Let's see. Be a shame if people couldn't have nice things. Rude. Oh, you still had an action? Get fucked. Encrypted PDA.
Just everyone pile on. Are there more of them? I have the distinct feeling that there are more of them. Heal for you. Aim for you. Glory. If you would. Yeah, that was more of them. Crap. Mage, Enforcer, Captain. Fuck. Know what we're gonna do? Bleed the mage. Thank you. Blitz. Is this a terrible place to be? Yes. Are we gonna do it anyway? Also, yes. Figures. Yeah, here comes the grenade. Now that's just rude. Fucking excuse me. Deirdre, have some AP. Never mind, it doesn't work that way. Gotta love that. Alright. Glory. Kill this fucking mage, please. Blitz, you have no one to hit. That is unfortunate. Move up here, please. Max. Go around here. Ow. Rude. The fuck are you breaking my armor for, you bitch? I'm gonna get ya. Damn. I tried. Get her. Get that for me. Dietrich.
Haste Glory. I know you're not in cover, but... Oh yeah, you have extra AP. Forgot about that. Can you duck over here for me, please, buddy? Glory. $60. Just grab this guy. Max. Taser man. Thank you. Yeah, here comes the grenade. Bleeding. So if I put the fucking adrenal stim back on. I don't think she can kill him. Yeah, I had a feeling. Alright, Dietrich. Cool. I don't know how you missed that, but sure, we'll go with it. So it's with an aim shot over here. Alright, we want a heal on Blitz. Get him. Would've been smart if I did this first. Oh well. One, two, three. Don't suppose it's actually going to matter. Let's get him. There we go. Cool. Are we done? Let's actually just move this way slightly. Get everyone off the bridge. Track the bridge. Cool. Board train. Let's go home. Cruise Bazaar. The rest of the trip home is uneventful, but one thing is clear. Someone is hunting you. This ambush was no chance gang warfare, but an organized attempt on your life. If Green Winters was right, then whoever killed him is now after you. The PDA that you retrieved from your attackers may hold some answers. It's time to return to your safe house and consult Paul Amsel. Okay.
Alrighty. Hey, Samuel. How you doing, buddy? I'd like to talk about your organization. Accepting donations again. The work program has been a rousing success. At this point, we only have one more goal in mind to round out the year. I have been in negotiations with her Burak Ghazi to lease another building in the Cruise Bazaar. The construction is much more modern and sturdy than our old shelter, and our people would be better protected there. In addition, the extra floor space would open up a host of new options for our organization. One other thing, Little Red, if we reach this goal, I would like to name the building after you. You are, after all, our primary benefactor. With 500 Nuin, we could make the purchase. Whatever you could spare would be most appreciated. Here, just take what you need. I've got you covered. Samuel's eyes widen. This is incredibly generous. Thank you, mein Froden. No big deal, Sam. Do good with it. I don't know what to say, Little Red, with this donation. We have reached our final goal. I will speak to Burak Ghazi immediately and provide him with his down payment. The Little Red Civic Center will stand as a monument to your generosity and care. Thank you once again. You have been a godsend to the poor of Cruise Bazaar, and I will see to it that they know it. Little Red Civic Center. That has a nice ring to it. Happy that you are pleased. You've more than earned it. Awesome. Talk about something else. Cool. Alrighty. Safe house. Hey Blitz, how you doing? One look at Blitz's face is enough to tell you that something is gnawing at him. He stands beside his table playing with a coffee spoon. Hey, Little Red, what you need? What's going on, Blitz? Well, Chief, I hate to admit it, but I might be in a little bit of trouble here. Okay, go on. There's an awkward pause, then Blitz plows ahead. Well, you remember those creditors I told you about? The ones who loaned me all that money? Yes. Yeah, well, it turns out some of them are a little less forgiving than I thought they were. Okay. Well, one in particular seems to have taken things kind of personally. How personally are we talking here? I got a package in the mail. It had someone's thumbs in it. Oh, thumbs. Yeah, thumbs. It came in a cigar box packed in salt. I have no idea who they belong to. I'm pretty sure that they're meant to convey some sort of message. I think that's a pretty safe bet, yes. I don't want to lose my thumbs, Chief. I like my thumbs. I think I need to pay this guy back. Luckily, I've got a plan. I know how to get myself out of hot water with Meat Grinder. I've got it all specced out. Let me get this straight. You took a loan from somebody called Meat Grinder? Hey, Chief, come on. I feel bad enough about this already. There's no need to rub it in. I'm sorry, my guy, but you seem to be the one that picked the loan shark Meat Grinder. Your life choices have not been good. Anyway, like I was saying, I can make it all right again. Sorry. I can make it all right again, but I need your help to do it. Okay? Well, there's this group out in Drogenkip. They call themselves the Landenberg Ring. They're a financial crime organization, and there's a lot of bad blood between them and Meat Grinder's operation. Okay. Anyway, back when I was running with the Schwarzhausen, I laid out the groundwork for a hit
on the Landberg ring. I was never able to make good on it though. For some reason, none of the other gangers ever volunteered to help out. With your help, I could steal enough money from them. Sorry, had to yawn. I could steal enough money from them to cover my debt and get myself back into Meat Grinder's good graces in the process. So what do you think? Quick run, just you and me, with me in the Matrix and you as my woman on the ground. We hit them, satisfy my debt, and laugh about it on our way back home. Sound like a plan? I might be interested, depending on my cut of the profits, that is. Alright, Blizz, but in the future you need to be more upfront with me about things like this. Got yourself into it, it isn't my job to get you back out of it. Sure. Alright, Blizz, in future you need to be more upfront with me about things like this. No problem, Chief, not a problem at all. You can count on me. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got some last minute stuff to take care of before we get started. Oh, and Little Red, thanks. No sweat, Blitz. Meet you at the U-Bahn. Oh, no. Not as such, Chief. I won't be physically going to Dragonfall. I've seen enough of that place for one lifetime. I'll be jacking in from a terminal that's I set up here in the Cruise Bazaar. Great, okay, well, I guess I'll send you a comm when I get there. Whoa, whoa, whoa. No way. If you want my help, you have to come with me. I'm not risking my neck for you on my own. Oh, fuck. Can I send Glory instead? She make the dead happen. Yeah, okay. It means that I don't have to hang out in one spot and protect him. Which kind of is the point. But if I take him with me, there's a chance I can hack into shit. Crap. Nah, man, you can come with me. Come on, Chief, you won't be on your own. I'll be in the Matrix helping out right alongside you. Besides which, you'll be better off without having to look after my meat body. If I came in person, I'd be a liability. Trust me on this. You want me here, safe and sound, so that you can be free to do your thing without having to worry about my body catching a stray bullet. This is gonna be a ridiculously hard mission. Yeah, okay. Sounds good, Chief. Thanks again. Fuck. Hey, Dante. Hit. Hey, Dietrich. Raises the bottle as you approach. Hey again, boss. You need something? I was thinking about what you told me earlier. You said that your idol was going to make you pick a fight you couldn't win. Any thoughts about that last run you'd like to share? Hell of a thing, wasn't it? That run made me glad I don't have to spend a lot of time in hospitals. I'll tell you that much. There wasn't a single aspect of that building that didn't make me feel uneasy. Shrugs. Anyway, that sick bastard rigger is dead and we got paid. Feels like a win to me. Fair enough. Any updates on Alexander? Nothing new, boss. He's adjusting. It's gonna take some time. Fair enough. I was thinking about what you told me earlier about your idol putting you up against something you couldn't win. It's bound to happen eventually, probably sooner rather than later. Isn't there something you can do to stop that from happening? Well, I suppose I could refuse, but that probably wouldn't be a good idea, especially not now. Remember, boss, the Dragon Slayer is where my magic comes from. If I turn away from him, you'd better believe that he'll turn away from me. Okay. Besides which, I don't even know if I can refuse him anymore. He's been with me for so long, I don't know where he stops and I begin. He grins. Don't you worry. He grins at you. Don't you worry about me, boss. I've known this was coming for my entire life, and when it happens, I'll go down in a blaze of glory, the likes of which you can't even imagine. That's a promise. I can't really believe your idol wants you to commit suicide. Whoops. Pauses for a moment. That's an interesting idea. If it were big enough and heinous enough, he might be satisfied. Okay. Never tried to bargain or negotiate with the Dragon Slayer before. I'm not sure how to feel about it, and I don't know how he'd take it either. The Dragon Slayer doesn't like to be questioned, and his temper's even shorter than mine. But I'll tell you what, boss, I'll think about it. Yeah, I'm gonna pick the option because I can. Can't really believe that your idol wants you to commit suicide. Of course not. Dragon Slayer doesn't want me to die, but he does want me to kill dragons. That ain't supposed to be safe or easy. It isn't my idol's fault that I'm getting too old to keep up with his wishes. Nothing right now, Diedrich. Okay. Hey, Igo. Offers you a shallow nod, little red. Do you trust me, Igo? She pauses for a moment, considering. Finally, she nods. Yeah, I do. You've earned that much. Haven't always agreed with your decisions, little red, but you've proven your competence. It's only fair for me to acknowledge it. Then tell me what happened to your team. This again, why do you even care, little red? Because it's pretty clear that if you had your way, you'd still be with them, and a good leader places a priority on knowing her team. Doesn't matter, I'm your team leader, and I'm asking you a question. I'd like you to answer it. Yeah, I'm gonna pick the top one, because it's pretty clear that if you had your way, you'd still be with them, and a good leader places priority on knowing her team. She slowly nods. Alright, I'll tell you. I suppose that you deserve to know. What happened to us was Hoffman. He was a rookie, a kid with some... the kid of some big money corporate exec. He looked good on paper, and he made it through... Oh my god, I wish I could stop yawning mid-talking. He made it through KSK training, so he was technically qualified to join a team, but he was way too green to fit in with ours. Still, he wanted to be a hero, and his family had enough clout to get him an assignment of his choosing. I don't know how many strings Hoffman's daddy had to pull to get him assigned to our team, but he pulled them. Hoffman became our 9th squad mate, despite Metzger's objections. Anyway, flash forward a few weeks, we were closing in on one of the Russian mob's major trafficking operations. They'd been using a series of warehouses 50 miles from the border as a staging area for their convoys. Women and girls from Eastern Europe were being housed there. When the convoys came, they'd be crammed into cargo containers hauled across the border into Germany. go to any brothel along the border and have a look around, chances are you'll find at least a few girls who spent some time in one of those warehouses. Slovakians, Hungarians, Poles, you name it, the mob has been smuggling them over for decades. But we were in a position to derail their operation, and we weren't going to let our new additions slow us down. We hit them by surprise, and we hit them hard. Fisher and Braun managed to take down the Banshee that they had patrolling the site. Wolf had reconnaissance drones overhead, providing battle tack feeds to the rest of us, and we picked off their gunmen one by one. They had numbers on us, but they didn't know where to hit us. We had eyes in the sky, and we had cover and concealment. Every time they thought they had a fix on us, we'd shift positions and hit them again. They might as well have been fighting ghosts. Then Hoffman broke cover and gave away our position, and after that, all hell broke loose. Wolf went down first. The sound of it will haunt me for the rest of my days. An explosion, a choked scream, and then this drawn-out gurgling sound. When he died, his drones went down with him, and there were too many hostiles to track without them. I'll spare you the gory details, Little Red. Suffice to say that my team was wiped out. Iger's face clouds again, and you can see tears beginning to well in her eyes. I watched Metzger die. With a visible effort, she clamps down on her emotions and calms herself. When she speaks again, her voice is flat. I took 3 rounds myself, had to drag myself back across the Oder-Neisse line into Germany. I almost died. So that's the story. My KSK career died with the rest of the team. Our mission was illegal after all, off the books. There was no going back for me, so I wound up here. She looks you in the eye, her tone impassive. Did that tell you everything you wanted to know, fearless leader? Are you satisfied now? Yes, thank you, Iger. So tell me, what's your takeaway from my tale of woe? I figured you've got to have one. When Monica died, you blamed me because I was new to the team, but I'm not Hoffman, Iger. You're hung up on the past, Iger. If you want to survive in the shadows, you need to get over it. It doesn't matter what I think. What you think and how you act on it is what's important. Yeah. When Monica died, you blamed me because I was new to the team, but I'm not Hoffman, Iger. Yeah, she nods. I know that. And you are right to a point. I've judged you too harshly because of Hoffman, but everything else that I said was justified. Giving you command of this team was a hasty decision made for the wrong reasons. I stand by that assessment. But between then and now, I've been watching you like a hawk, and you've grown, Little Red. You weren't the right choice to lead before, I still believe that, but you are now. Thanks, Iger. Good talk. She nods until next time. Hey, Glory, how you doing? Glory's pallid face lights up at your approach. A genuine smile spreads across her lips. Little Red, good to see you. You too, Glory. How are things with you? She pauses for a moment, considering. You know what? I'm happy, actually, for the first time in a long time, and I have you to thank for that. Nice. Any thoughts about the last run? Isn't much to say. She pauses to study you for a moment before continuing. You killed Thorvald, despite his whining and begging and bargaining. You put him down like a rabid dog. It was a good choice, and it was the right one. Cool. Are you ready to tell me about that chrome you're sporting? Be patient, Little Red. The explanation for that is coming. A look of unease flits across her face. I'm not sure that you're going to like it, though. You needed time, I gave you time. Are you ready to talk about the Fjöstel yet? Yeah. Glory looks troubled, more so than you've ever seen her. Whatever memories she's dredged up must be exceedingly painful. But I'm not gonna lie, I haven't been looking forward to this, but yeah, it's time. Little Red, look, I'm going to tell you some things about myself that might change your opinion of me. It's entirely possible that you're going to hate me based on what's coming up next. I've accepted that, and if that's what happens, I sincerely believe that I deserve it. Oh, okay. She looks you in the eye, her expression grim. So tell me, are you sure you want to keep pushing forward with this? This is important for you, Glory. After everything we've been through, I think we both know that whatever you have to tell me, I'm ready to listen. Spit it out already. This is clearly causing you pain, Glory. You know what? Let's back down from the storytelling. I don't need to know anything more about your past to know how much I value you. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the top one. This is important for you, Glory. After everything we've been through, I think that that we both know that whatever you have to tell me, I'm ready to listen. Thanks for it, Little Red. Thanks for being a friend. So, when we last left off, I had just moved from the streets of Tübingen to the warm, inviting confines of the Fürstel. Marta and I were happy there for a little while, and Harrow embraced me as a long-lost daughter. I should probably take a moment to talk more about this Harrow. He's going to be an important figure in this story. I don't know what his age was. He seemed old enough to be paternal, but young enough to hang with the kids on something like a peer level. Best guess, I'd say he was in his mid-20s. He was handsome and well-built, with a neatly trimmed beard and thick brown hair, and there was something else about him, something uncanny. Okay. Harrow had this charisma, this raw magnetic attraction that just made people latch onto him. I saw it over and over. All it took was a few words and a pat on the shoulder, and Harrow would have a new convert. The other kids on the farm followed him around like lost puppies. Okay. As much as I loved Marta, and as much as I thought she loved me, we forgot all about one another when Harrow was around. All that we wanted was to be close to him, to be part of his inner circle, and soon enough we were. For a girl of 17, it was all terribly exciting. Harrow had these rules of living that he would teach us, rules about self-determination and the importance of disobedience? What? He claimed to have taught classes at the University of Berlin, which he painted as a mix between an earthy paradise and an anarchist playground. He told us how the Fürstel would be the focal point of a new movement for the children of the fatherland. He told us that we were special. We ate it up, of course. We were kids. For those of us in the inner sanctum, Harrow would share even more. He had power of the likes of which I had never seen, not my father's drunken fists or my own childish experiments, but genuine, incredible power. He said that it came from the horned god, an ancient deity that he venerated. Okay. Horned god. There are many different horned gods. The most obvious one is sounding like Satan. Or Lucifer, whichever one you want to go with. Both have different connotations, but still. If it's down that line, oh boy. I don't know the specific names of a bunch of the other ones. gonna have to go have a look later. It's fine. He knew about my latent abilities right away, and he offered to teach me. Naturally, I accepted. I've heard of the Horned God. His followers have a poor reputation, especially among women. This Harrow is beginning to sound a lot like a cult leader. Can't say I blame you in that position. In your position, I would have done this exactly the same thing. Yeah. Let's go with that one. Any bad reputation that they might have gained is well deserved, but there was more to it than that. As you'll see, glory size. Hang with me, Little Red, rough waters ahead. Okay. So I became Harrow's apprentice. He taught me to channel magic and summon spirits. He taught me rituals and pagan traditions, Machiavellian philosophy, and Nietzschean ethics. Above all, he taught me to connect with his horned god, and through it I learned power and arrogance, and it was all downhill from there. For the next few years, I lived at Fjörstel as Harrow's enforcer and right-hand girl. I was also his sometimes wife and concubine, but that was a distinction that I shared with all of the girls in the commune, including my beloved Marta. I came to learn that she'd been his long before she met me, but by that point I didn't care. I had embraced the rules of living. As Harrow's creature through and through, I didn't ask questions, I walked the path that was in front of me. Other fun facts about those years: I learned cruelty, I had power now, and my new idol encouraged me to use it. Harrow did the same. Any children who didn't pull their weight were subjected to my tender mercies, and I was anything but tender. I took what I wanted rather than asking for it. I liked it. It was fun. I also came to learn that Harrow's horned god was not the icon first worshipped by throwback cults across Germany. It was certainly a god with horns, and it came from an altogether different tradition. Care to have a guess? The devil? In magically active communities, we refer to it as the adversary. But yeah, same being, more or less. Cool. My thoughts earlier was correct. So my idol, the ancient deity that was feeding me my power, was the antithesis of everything that is right and good. And you know what? I didn't care. In our time together, Harrow and I committed more atrocities than I could count. At this point, I was onto all of his tricks. I knew that the Fjörstel was nothing more than a honey trap, carefully designed to lure local children into my master's clutches. I knew that the kids who seemed resistant to Harrow's brainwashing techniques wound up fertilizing the garden. I knew that Harrow's entire manifesto was bullshit. I knew that through it all, Harrow and the adversary were laughing because I was laughing right there beside them. I don't want to pin the blame for my decision on anyone but me. That said, I would like to posit that my father's connection to the cruise ritters might have helped play into my willingness to serve the adversary. In my warped, indoctrinated little brain, I equated the church with evil, so the opposite of that I figured had to be, well, if not good, at least not totally bad. But I was kidding myself, of course. My new deity was the very definition of bad. Serving it made me bad. End of story. I can't excuse your choices that you made, but I can understand why you made them. Go ahead, make your excuses. We all make our own choices in life. And when you choose to hurt innocent kids, my sympathy went right out of the window. I disagree with you, Glory. I don't think that any of this was your fault. Harrow is the one who deserves the blame. I think the first one... Because this is just throwing her growth away. If I say, no, it's all his fault. Although it kind of is all his fault. She wouldn't have started worshipping the adversary and gained her powers from him if it wasn't for Harrow. She was literally pulled into a cult-like situation. And she described him as having a charisma unlike anything. So, I mean... Fuck, that's a hard one. Because, like... It's not like she had much in the way of options after she'd been kicked out, beaten, bloodied, and just left to fucking die in the street by her own fucking father. Like... Jeez... I think the first one is still the better option. Like, yeah, we can't excuse the choices that she made, but I can understand why she made them. Let's speak of you, Little Red. I genuinely mean that. Glory takes a moment to steel herself, then continues on. Anyway, one day, Harrow invited me on a field trip to Stuttgart. Over the years that I was at Feuerstal, the commune had easily doubled in size. It was thriving, all thanks to the efforts of Marta and the girls like her. Harrow would send the girls out to neighboring cities to lure in the street kids that nobody would miss. He targeted children because they were easy to indoctrinate and because nothing makes the adversary happier than the corruption of the innocent. As we drove out to pick up the new recruits, I was already planning ahead. It was a foregone conclusion that I would pay my father a visit. The irony of a group of cruiseritters getting immolated by a genuine servant of the actual devil tickled me to no end. So when Harrow stopped to fill up diesel, I hopped out of the van and headed out on foot to my parents' place. Harrow wasn't overly concerned about my absence. I had long since reached a point where I could assert my autonomy, and he knew that I'd be back. I wound up at my folks' house sometime around noon. I could hear the adversary whispering in my ear, telling me what to do. I'd long since learned to listen to its voice. It's always rewarded me with extra power when I did its bidding. It told me to knock, so I did. As the door opened, I could feel a torrent of flames welling up in the astral plane all around me. It told me to channel them into the doorway, into my father, so I did. But of course, the person who opened the door wasn't my father, it was my mother. As I watched her flesh blacken and melt, I heard her scream, and I broke into hysterics. I heard the adversary laugh, and at that moment I realized it was laughing at me. I'm so sorry, Glory. Glory nods, a grim expression on her delicate face. Thanks. We're almost at the end now. Thanks for sticking with me. It was like a lever had been pulled all at once. The bubble popped. I wasn't a powerful servant of the adversary. I was not Harrow's #1 girl. I was a ridiculous little fool who'd willingly tied her soul to the worst thing in existence. Realizing all of this was one thing, actually fixing it was something else entirely. I knew that I had to get away from Harrow. That was the first thing to do, so I bit my lip and did my best to ignore the happy babble of new recruits on the trip back to Fewestel, and I managed to get through the ride without screaming. Once we were back at the commune, I broke into Harrow's safe, stole all the commune's resources, and ran. I don't know when Harrow realized what I'd done, or whether he even cared. All I know is that nobody came after me, so I kept running and running until I got to Berlin. Getting past the wall was fairly simple. You know how easy it is to obtain falsified papers. The biggest obstacle that I faced during my flight was the adversary itself. I could run from Harrow, but how do you run from something that is tied to your soul? I have a feeling that I know. Let me guess. Snip, snip. Oh, God, Glory. I have a feeling that I know. The haunted look in Gloria's eyes is heartbreaking. She gives you another curt, grim nod. I walked into the office of the first street doc I could find, pointed at all of the biggest, bulkiest pieces of cyberware that he had on display, and told him to put them into me. He tried to upsell me on better merchandise, arguing that I was asking for was old and inefficient, better suited to be installed in a museum than in a body. He told me that I'd be shredding my essence, and that once it was gone, I'd never be able to get it back. I stuck to my guns. After all, shredding my essence was the whole point. Glory looks up at you. Her eyes are sunken and hollow, and the aura of loss about her is palpable. The aura of loss about her is palpable. She looks like a woman who has been through hell. Literally. That's all for now, Little Red. You've heard the tale. You know why I am the way I am. You know the things that I've done, and how much I have to atone for. If you still want my company, fine. If I've lost your friendship, I understand that too. But for now, I need to be alone. Fair enough. Check computer. Two unread messages. Salvage DVD. Screen flickers to life and Mallet's face appears from the shifting background and ambient noise. It's clear this message was recorded on a portable device. Hoy, Little Red, just wanted to tell you that I've met with limited success in working on that stack of DVDs. It's a thorny problem, but at least I'm making some headway. If you look at the table beside your DVD player, you'll find another recovered disc. I wasn't able to salvage all of the files on it, but I think that you might find what I did recover to be of interest. For my part, I'm going to continue working on the other DVDs. To tell you the truth, I wouldn't hold out much hope though. They're all badly damaged and suffering from disc rot besides. I'll be in touch. My best to you and your team. The message ends and the image fades. You find yourself back at your inbox. Recovery. Silky! Hi, Little Red. This is Silky from the hotel. I hope it's okay that I'm writing to you. Samuel gave me your email address. Anyway, I wanted to thank you for everything that you did for me. Kicking my cram habit was the hardest thing I've ever done, and I don't think I would have tried if you hadn't talked me into it. To celebrate my newfound sobriety, I've decided to sign on as a volunteer at the charity. Who knows, maybe giving back to the community will help turn things around in my life. Anyway, thanks again, Little Red. I owe you one. Yours, Silky. You have 0 unread messages. Cool. Jobs directory. Claim payment for the farmer cleanup job. Submit the job as finished and wait for your client's response. A few moments later, a message pops onto the screen. Fuchs, no sense in mincing words. Your job performance was satisfactory at best. Your fee will be transferred immediately. Enjoy it while it lasts because you'll never work for us again. Fair enough. A moment later, a second message pops into your inbox. Your payment details. Payment from client 15, deductions for crew salary 4, ammunition and reaper supply, automatic deduction for Alice. Cool, awesome, done. Pending and active jobs. Just that one. Cool. How are we looking at the Alice fund? 28. Cool, we're just over halfway. Love that. Go back. That one. Hey. Back. Post pay data. Posting will remain active for 2 days. Cool. Let's go have a look at the DVDs. Load the third DVD. Soft whirring sound fills the air as the ancient DVD player spins the disc up to speed. The scratched LCD display comes to life and the menu fills the screen. Play track 1. The display goes blank for a moment, then the face of Green Winters winks onto the screen. The timestamp of the video reads 2042 8:05. 5th of the 8th, okay. 5th of September. I was thinking about Adrian today. Not as he was when he disappeared, not as the fabled Dragon Slayer, or the big-time CEO of Dial Defense. I don't actually know how to say a word like that. I was thinking about when we were kids. Well, I was always more of a kid than he was, of course. He's 15 years older than me in a way. In a way, he was more like a parent than a brother. Winters pauses. His gaze drops to an invisible point on the table in front of him. So I was thinking about this time when we were on holiday. Our parents took us out to the island of Pole to enjoy the beach. I must have been about 5 years old. Adrian was 20. It'd be his last family vacation with us. A year later, he'd begin his meteoric rise to fame and fortune. But on this trip, he was my brother, and when I fell out of the little paddle boat that our parents rented and started sinking fast into the Baltic, he was the one who dove in to rescue me. You saved my life that day, Adrian. I'll love you forever for that. And I will find you. I owe that much. Play track 2. Timestamp reads 2049, 6th of the 6th. I found an old news article that mentions Adrian from way back in 2036. It was printed in a financial magazine called Das Finanzwesen. One of those chic print-based mags where they produced for the retro crowd. There aren't any clues in here, but it's good to see someone else acknowledge his existence. He clicks an off-screen button and the image of Winters disappears. It is replaced by a digital scan of the magazine page. K stock suffers in post-buyout brain drain. November 12, 2039. In the aftermath of the Dragon Loftweir's hostile takeover of Seda Krupp, Okay. I'm not even going to try. That word is too long. A continuing brain drain of high-level executives is causing ongoing worry among company shareholders. The company's stock took a major hit when Loftware deposed former CEO Wilhelmina Graf Benoit last August. 3 months later, long-held power positions within the SKI empire continue to empty as the dragon consolidates his power base. The most recent casualties of Loftware's takeover include Alexandra Kobayashi, former COO of Cedar Munitions, Mathaus Donor, former treasurer of Rua Datafax, and Werner Harding, former CEO of Deal Defense. Harding stepped into the role to replace Dr. Adrian Vauclair, who disappeared under mysterious circumstances 2 years ago. Witch's face winks back onto the screen, so there you have it. That's where they had to say... That's what they had to say about Adrian a mere 2 years after his disappearance. My brother, the footnote. Play track 3. While this track does load, it's clearly corrupted. The screen fills with meaningless stream of text. Is it bad that I have a horrible feeling that, like, the meaningless stream of text can be used for something? Text disappears and you find yourself back at the main menu. Because they're ever so different. Sorry, ever so slightly different. Track 5. Rattling sound fills the air as the disc grinds in its tray. A few seconds later, the screen fills with text. Dr. Vauclair, it is my sad duty to inform you that by unanimous vote of the I don't know how to make that noise. Your position as CEO of Deal Defense will be terminated at the end of this calendar month. Your continued misallocation of company funds to pursue personal agendas cannot and will not be tolerated any longer. The supervisory board is not unsympathetic to your mental state. The trauma that you have endured during your pursuit of the dragon Fjörswinge must have been enormous, but your continuing obsession with the dragon, the dead dragon, I might add, has proven a negative influence on this company and an unjustified drain on company resources. The board wishes you all the best in your future endeavors. We have prepared a generous severance package to assist you in this time of transition. If there is anything more that we can do to help you, please do not hesitate to ask. Werner Harding. Disc spins down and you find yourself sitting at the main menu. Power down the DVD player and step away. Alright. Hello, Paul. Emsak calls over his shoulder at the sound of your approach. His eyes are glued to his computer display. Little Red from Muller should be on her way, but before you go to the meeting site, I have news. He glances at you and his words trail off. Upon seeing the expression on your face, Amsal's voice becomes grave. It can wait. Tell me what has happened. I had some trouble on the U-Bahn. Somebody set up an ambush. Nothing much. Got attacked by a bunch of idiots who didn't know who they were messing with. They lost. Bad news, my friend. Somebody is hunting me. hunting us, and they set up an ambush on the U-Bahn line. Emsal pauses and gives you a curt nod. Truth be told, I've been expecting that something like this might happen. I'm glad that you made it out alive. Hand over the encrypted PDA. One of the attackers dropped this. Emsal takes the PDA from you and examines it. Yes, I should be able to extract some information from this. Give me a moment. He plugs the PDA into his computer and goes to work. A few moments later, he lets out a grunt of dismay. Well, Little Red, I was able to recover a file, but unfortunately that's all that I'll ever be able to pull off this thing. All that anyone will, truth be told. It must have been running some kind of counter intrusion software. The instant I gained access, it bricked itself. Emsal disconnects the useless PDA and drops it on the ground. It clatters to rest on the metal floor. What did you manage to pull off it? The other two are just eh. A comm file, the audio is here, but it looks like we've only got video from one side of the conversation. Let's see what we have. He opens the file and a nightmarishly familiar face appears on the screen. Backmire, the voice bleats out of Emsal's speakers, filling the room. Audrin here, what's your status? Backmire's image is garbled and his voice sounds young and eager. Target acquired, sir. You were right. We spotted her on the U-Bahn, just like you said. Probably on her way to a job. As per your instructions, we're going to try and take her out on her way back. She'll be more vulnerable that way, hopefully injured and low on ammo too, but only time will tell. Good man, proceed as instructed. Will do. Cosman is rigging up an ambush spot now. We'll try to make it quick. The orc with the nightmare face nods. Send me a comm when the job is done. Audrin out. The image on the computer screen dies. Emsal turns to face you. Well, our scarred friend makes an appearance. Little Red, I suspect that Green Winter's predictions are coming true. I believe that Fjarswinge is behind this. Under Emsal's patient exterior, you can feel the worry that's eating at him. Be on your guard, you and the rest of the team. You made it through this attack relatively unscathed, but next time you might not be so lucky. At least now we have a name to put to the face, Audrin. That's not all we have. As I was saying when you first walked in, I have been productive as well. I was able to uncover some new evidence in your absence, and coincidentally though, that evidence pertains to our scarred friend. You might recall that I said I'd dig into Audrin's skin grafts. Well, I did, and the search has finally borne fruit. One of my contacts outside of Berlin handles the paperwork for private hospitals all across Germany. It's a dull, boring job, but it does have its perks. Emsal pulls open a file on his computer. A medical chart opens up on the screen. As it turns out, our scarred friend's skin grafts were performed at a legitimate hospital after all. Some good news for once. What do they say? I don't have Biotech 4, unfortunately. Okay. What do they say? Well, they're rather light on identifying information. Our friend's name is listed as Max Musterman, the local equivalent of John Doe, but they do cover his injuries in great detail. Adrian's injuries were extensive. He had broken ribs, a shattered pelvis, and he sustained a third-degree burn over 60% of his body. Most damningly of all, he suffered from acute radiation poisoning. His body had absorbed over 5,000 millisieverts of ionizing radiation, a lethal dose without treatment. The information dries up at this point. We know that he was treated and discharged, but what happened afterwards remains a mystery. He pauses for a moment, studying your reaction. Your thoughts, hold nothing back. I'd like to hear everything that comes to mind. Audrey might have spent some time in the SOX. That radiation poisoning didn't happen on its own. Agreed. That is a lot of exposure. Short of basking in the glow of an unshielded reactor, I don't know how he'd have absorbed that much ionizing radiation without spending time in the SOX. Alright, so Audrey was heavily irradiated, most likely from time spent in the SOX. What else does this tell you? Well, those burns sound like dragonfire, but if the firewing burned Audrey, why would he be working for her now? I don't think Audrey is working for Firewing. I believe that he is serving her. On Greenwinter's second DVD, he mentions there is a cult within the SOX that worships the Firewing, the Disciples of the Cleaning Fire. I think it was Cleansing Fire, but sure. I believe that Audrey belongs to this cult. That's bad news. There's nothing more dangerous than a zealot. My thoughts exactly. A hireling can sometimes be bribed or reasoned with. A pawn can be liberated, but if Firewing soldiers look upon her as a goddess figure, nothing short of killing her will deter them, and even that might not stop them. So it is possible that Audrey is a dragon cultist. This seems to fit with much of the information that we've uncovered. Did any other red flags jump out at you? The hospital couldn't ID Audrey. Either somebody covered his tracks for him, or he was living completely off the grid. Indeed, if Audrey were a denizen of the SOX, a glowpunk, his lack of identifying information would make sense. Emcel adjusts his glasses. It's a working theory at any rate. So, to sum up, Audrey has probably spent time in the SOX. It's possible that he even lived there as a member of the Fjordsphinge dragon cult, and he is after you. Emcel pauses for a moment before continuing. In my mind, all of this reinforces one fact. We need to find Vauclair, and we need to do it fast. Agreed. To hell with that. I'm gonna go find Audrey and take him down. Wait, how does that follow? Agreed. Good. And that's all the more reason to gather Alice's fee as quickly as possible. There's a buzzing sound from Paul's wrist. He lifts his hand to look at his PDA, and as luck would have it, Frau Muller has arrived. Best of luck at the meeting, Little Red. Remember, this is urgent. We need that money. I'm on it. Okay. Let's go. Hey, Kami. Puts away her calm and grins at you, a puckish gleam in her eye. Hey, pal, I missed you. Got any new stories for me? Not this time. No sweat. If you want to share with me sometime, I'd love to hear whatever you've got. She blows a kiss at you, then returns to her calm at her wrist, humming quietly. I will get back to you shortly. Into the cafe. Hello. press your way forward through the cozy smoke-filled confines of Cafe Kesver. You catch sight of Frau Muller. She appears, as Amstel described her, an impressive-looking woman of Astlana descent with coffee-colored skin and dark wavy hair. Everything about her screams corporate executive, from her expensive-looking suit to her tastefully understated makeup. She's obviously nervous, but she's hiding it well. She locks eyes with you and hesitates only slightly before speaking. Little Red, I presume. Her Amsel told me that I could meet you here. Oh boy. He wasn't lying, he said that you had a job for me. She holds her silence for a moment, then nods. Yes, I do. In truth, I'm in desperate need of your help. Then tell me what you need, Frau Muller. She offers you a small smile, an assumed name, obviously, but I have been told that this is how you people do business. I'm so unhappy that I don't have corporate, because that was the next one I was picking up. Fuck. Pretty sure my armor is increasing my charisma? Yeah, I wouldn't have been able to get it. That's fine. She straightens in her seat and tries to smile. It hangs there for a second, then fades away. She sighs. From my accent, you've no doubt inferred that I am an Aztlana. Further, you may have guessed who I work for. I'm afraid that I haven't cared to fill me in. As technology, it's the only Aztlan-based corporation operating in Germany. I've been with the company for over a decade. Nice. Over the course of my employment, I've worked on a great many projects, from the innocuous to the obscene. My hands have touched it all. Never once did I question the wisdom of our research. Never once did I consider blowing the whistle on my employers. I kept my nose down, worked hard, and excelled at tasks set before me. Okay. They must love you there. Yeah, I get it. Keep talking. Go on, please. Last month, I was transferred here from my home in Techno... something or other. They told me that an employee of my caliber was needed in Berlin, and that I would be working on a project with wide-reaching applications. The only other detail that I was given was the name of the project, Bloodline. That doesn't sound good. She looks you in the eye, and for the first time you can see the cracks in her composure. She's doing a good job of hiding it, but deep down, this woman is terrified. I've seen many terrible things in my life, Little Red. In that, blood magic is commonplace. Take a moment to imagine what that means. Bad things. In the underground markets, people are bought and sold as chattel. Street children are rounded up and bled like lambs. I witnessed all these things by the age of 12. Oh, lovely. She takes a deep breath and lets it out slowly. Seeing such things, it changes you, makes you numb, but what I found when I arrived here was worse. This project, it horrifies me, Little Red, and it must be stopped. Alright, tell me everything you know about Bloodline. She shakes her head. The less that you know, the better for both of us. You'll just have to trust me on that. You need only know that it is evil and that is not a word I use lightly. Okay. If you won't tell me what this bloodline is, how do you expect me to stop it? Evil is a childish term, Frau Muller. There's no such thing as good and evil, black and white. The sooner you learn that, the better. You have to understand, Frau Muller, I can't accept a job without knowing what it entails. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the third one. Of course not. Your job will be relatively simple. I want you to bring the building down. Like, explosively? Is that where this is going? The computers, the research data, the majors, scientists that are working to bring about this abomination. I want all of them burned to ash and buried in rubble. No compromises, no exceptions. Okay. Her tone softens. I'm sure that you have unanswered questions. I'm not in the habit of dealing with Shadowrunners. In truth, I've spent the majority of my career living in fear of you people, but I do know that you're the ones who can get this done. So tell me, Little Red, is there anything more that you need to hear from me, or are you ready to make a decision? Oh. Paul Amsel is my representative in these matters. Why couldn't you tell all this to him? I had to meet you in person to look you in your eyes and see the woman behind the name. Now that I have done so, I am sure you are the one that I need. Naturally, I will send any further information about the job to Herr Amsel, provided, of course, that you accept. Okay. What about any innocent people in the building? None of us are innocent, Little Red, but if you need to salve your conscience, rest assured that at the hour of your approach, the only personnel authorized to be on site will be security and senior members of the research team, and I assure you neither are innocent in this matter. If the Bloodline project reaches completion, nobody will be safe ever again. This sounds like hyperbole, but I know, but it isn't. The Bloodline project will lead to countless deaths. I'm certain enough of this to hire you, despite the fact that doing so will probably cost me my own life. Okay. What can you tell me about building security? I expect it to be tight in addition to their standard security team, as technology has taken out Knight Errant high threat response team contract to protect the building. Corporate doesn't seem to mind contracting a competitor for emergency response services. That should give you some indication as to the uniqueness of this project. At any rate, I believe that I've come up with a solution to the Knight Errant problem. I'll discuss the matter with your Herr Amsel if you decide to take the job. I'm not a demolitions expert. How do you expect me to level a building? You don't need to be. All that you'll need is a competent decker. Okay. The facility is powered by a number of on-site generators. These are safeguards to prevent them from overloading in the event of a power spike. The system is designed to shut itself down, but I know how you can disable those safeguards, okay? Once the generators begin to overload, you'll have a limited time to reach a safe distance. The explosion will be quite catastrophic. Alright, let's talk compensation. 36,000 yuan, as I told your Herr Amsel. That's what I've allocated for the job. That's fair. It's better than fair. I've done my homework, Little Red. Alright, I've reached a decision. Yes, and I'll take the job. Her face visibly brightens. In that case, it's a deal. I can't tell you how relieved I am, Little Red. Thank you for helping me bring this nightmare to an end. I will iron out the remaining details with your Herr Amsel. He'll want to talk this over with you anyway, I'm sure. You're a good woman, Little Red. You are saving more lives than you know. Okay.
Are you supposed to be on a chair? You're doing a terrible job at sitting in a chair. Hey, old dog. Nothing new? Cool. Actually, I'm curious about Altug. Not a lot I can tell you that you haven't already guessed. Resident Spy Master, Coffee Brewer, Outsider. Official Turk of some shtick. It works for him. He had to make some sort of living here in the Cruise Bazaar, you know? He's not got a trade skill, he's not goblinized, so he couldn't hang with Beckenbauer. If he'd opened a normal shop, he'd be ousted by someone thinking he's stealing their job because he's not German. The coffee shop was a good option because it's obvious he stays exotic and does what they expect him with the intel and stuff. She pulls absentmindedly at some hair in her face. Sorry about the intel dump. It's not really useful information, and you'd probably guessed anyway at this point, but you asked, so. You've been a real doll, gotten way too much information out of me, though. I'll see you around, yeah? Fair enough. I have a terrible feeling. Oh hey, you're no longer going to the sewers. And Sewer Man is gone. You're leaving controlled section. Okay. Back, you need some weapons, some ammunition, perhaps. No, good for now. Cool. Hi. Fortunately, I'm gonna need this. Need that. Alright. Actually go level up. Yeah. I can't save. What? Interesting. Alright. Game saved. Love that. Back into the safe house. Alright, Amsel. What you got for me? Welcome back, Red. Sorry, welcome back, Little Red. How did the meeting go with Frau Muller? I accepted the job. Any ideas on how to tackle this? Yes, a few. Frau Muller has provided us with detailed information on the facility. I've vetted the information and it seems to hold up. Based on this intel, I have formulated what I believe will be an effective strategy to bring down the building. According to Muller's intel, the facility is extraordinarily well guarded. Whatever this bloodline project is, the Azzies have spared no expense to defend it. The facility is patrolled by Az Technologies' internal security personnel. On their own, they would pose a challenge, but I don't doubt that you could brute force your way through them. Unfortunately, they will not be on their own, as Technology has purchased one of Knight Errant's more expensive security contracts as an additional line of defense. That's not good. No, it is not. Knight Errant is too dangerous to take on directly, but if we were to compromise their comlinks, we could at least partially mitigate this danger. I've pulled some strings with an old contact of mine, and he's provided me with the address of a small software developer, OTK International. They write the firmware updates for Knight Errant's comm systems, and their defenses should be considerably weaker than Az Technologies. My contact has informed me that OTK stores an off-site hard copy of every firmware update it develops for data security purposes. My suggestion is this: if you hit the offices of OTK International and reduce their computers to slag in the interim, I will have the hard copy of their next update replaced with a compromised version. When OTK's next update goes live, our compromised version will be pushed out to Knight Errant. When you hit the Az Technology facility, I'll be able to track Knight Errant via their comlinks. This should make the run much more manageable. He fishes in his pocket for something. A moment later, he produces a corporate ID with your face on it. This will get you through the front door of the office park that contains OTK International. My contact was only able to provide me with the one card, so you'll need to let the rest of your team in through a side door. I'd rather just hit the Az Technology facility directly. I can handle whatever they throw at me. I really don't know if I can. Because the Knight Errant guys are fucking cooked. Alright. Sounds like a plan. Very good. OTK's offices aren't far from here. You should take the U-Bahn there when you're ready. Hoi. Cool. Jobs directory. Pending. Here's a brief recap of the operational parameters of this job as provided me by our potential client. Frau Muller, client wants you to level an Az Technology research facility in order to stop the work that they're doing there, project name Bloodline. To accomplish this, you must overload the facility's power generators. The facility will be defended by both Az Technology security forces and Knight Errant, including a high threat response team. Because of this, a frontal assault is not recommended. Bugging Knight Errant's comm system will partially mitigate this threat. This can be accomplished by first hitting the offices of OTK International and destroying their mainframe. With OTK's mainframe down, KE will be forced to rely on an offsite backup for their comlink software.
I have already arranged to have this backup compromised. After you have finished with the OTK International job, I will be able to monitor night errant communications. This should greatly increase your chances of infiltrating the AS technology facility. End of recap. Helpful. Okay. This is the black box one. Yeah, cool. Alright. I'm probably gonna call it there for stream. Actually, I might go chat with a couple of NPCs before I finish up, and then I'm gonna call it there, because my face is clogging up and it's kind of annoying. Hey, Kim. Girl stares blankly into the vacant sky. She's still sporting a black eye, and there are fresh tears on her cheeks, but she doesn't seem to notice them. Kim, are you alright? She shakes her head. I don't know. Have I ever been? When I'm me. She lowers her gaze from the heavens and regards you, her eyes showing slightly more clarity than before. Been thinking, remembering, wondering. So what have you been thinking about? Kim hugs herself tightly around her midsection, drawing herself in and doing the impossible of making herself even thinner. I'm not sure I want to talk about it. I only ever talked about it with Monica. Anything you could say to her, you can say to me. I've replaced Monica, darling, so spill it. I'm here to listen, just like Monica was. Okay. She takes a breath to ready herself, and then bites a lip as her eyes search the unseen. Monica said I would forget. She thought the Sims might help. In there, I'm strong and never have to lose anyone. But then I come back out here where the children play in the street, and I remember. When I see Doc Escabel, and I remember. He was mad at me for losing her, but now I don't know if he even remembers. He looks right through me, but I did what he told me. I saw him every month, took the medicine, I got as much food as I could, but he said it wasn't enough, that I would never be. Monica said a mother is always a mother, even when her baby dies inside her. She said she would go to heaven. I'm sure they're up there together. Oh, crap. I'm going with the third one. Shit. I'm sorry, Kim. Anything I can do. This is no life for a child. She's in a better place. I'm sure they're up there together. Monica will take care of her. Do you want to talk about that black eye now? Zach said not to. He said I might get hurt again. Did he do that to you? What? No, of course not. Zach couldn't hurt a fly. But the man who did this knew Zach. He said they used to work together before they came to the cruise bazaar. But he said he wasn't allowed to stay because of Monica. She said he was bad for the cruise bazaar, and the man didn't like that. Now he wants to come back. He wants to be the new Zach. He told me he had better stuff. Let me try. But then she touches a finger to her black eye. He said to tell Zach that he's coming back to take what was his. If Monica kept him out, it was for a good reason. Sounds like a man confident in his business model. Don't worry, Kim. We won't let him come back.
I'm not going to make that promise because it's highly likely that he will come back and then I'm going to have to deal with him. So, if Monica kept him out, it was for good reason. If you say so, I'll leave you be. With that tidbit of knowledge... Hey, Zach. Okay. There were no new options. Alrighty. I was kind of hoping there was going to be a new option. We can't talk to Trollman's that's here either. I think we've finished up with most of his stuff. Fortunately. He's a funny old duck. Alright. Alright. I'm going to finish up. Thank you for coming along. I hope you enjoyed. I'm going to start switching stuff over. Don't mind me. Yeah. Thank you for coming along. I hope you enjoyed. If you did enjoy and you're watching this either on Twitch or the YouTubes, maybe hit the follow or subscribe button. Lets you know when stuff gets posted or I go live. We also have a Discord. You can find that in all the places where I post these videos, or wherever the stream stays up. Yeah. Or you cannot. I'm not your dad. I can't tell you what to do. Alrighty. I've been Red. I will catch you next time. Most likely tomorrow from 2 PM Australian Eastern Standard Time. Until then, have a good one. Bye-bye.